online haircut.
What's up, guys? It's the Avenues podcast. As you can see, we're back online. So, what we got for you guys is a bunch of interviews with the CX Hunger Games contestants. So, I guess let's just jump right into those interviews.
All right, so our first guest, we got GiJoe. You guys might have seen him on Kick. He was streaming, and I just finished telling him off camera. Me and Justin, we wanted him to win. He commented on one of our videos, and we're like, "Oh, sweet!" And that video went pretty big, as you guys know. I mean, it was on Ice Poseidon's Discord, and it got pretty big through that, as well as just it was a trending topic at the time. So obviously, it's going to be pretty big. But yeah, first guest of the compilation here. So let's get her started. So right off the bat, I want to ask you, what made you want to do this? I mean, this is obviously something. It's not for the faint of heart, and I got to ask, like, what incentive besides the money? Obviously, that's a no-brainer. But why did you want to compete besides the money and everything that comes with it?
More or less meeting up with all the people and getting to know them. I've been a long time viewer of CX, and of course I want to meet Ice Poseidon, which I got to hang out with them for a good 4 hours at my last day there, so that was cool.
Yeah, awesome.
Got to pick his brain.
Yeah, is he? How is he to interact with? I know he's people either love him or hate him. What was your experience like with him, and how did that? What were your thoughts on him, conversing with him and getting to know him?
Well, when I met him, he was in business mode, so it's like all business. He's millions of people. I mean, he's got a million questions to field from everybody that comes up to him everywhere he goes. It's just questions. He's got to put out fires. He's doing his job. So I mean, the guy's really dedicated to providing us, the viewer, content. When now I'm a streamer, so I don't know.
Yeah,
It's harder. It's harder to be a streamer and stream, and then you don't know what's going on in the streaming world. Then really, unless your chat's telling you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I saw at the beginning you were camping out with Ace, and then you guys kind of went your separate ways. It looked like. What was the? You were kind of going with different people. Did you have like a strict team, or was it just whoever you were chilling with at the time?
No, it was me, Chicken, Chungus, Ace.
Cool. Yeah.
And then we picked up what's his name? Something Jason.
Oh right. Yeah.
He was all alone. He was like, "Come get us and come kill me," and he just wanted out. And he ended up being on our team for a while. And then I don't remember what happened to him, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, me neither. But what was I want to hear a highlight and a low light of the whole experience.
The highlights were definitely meeting Ice Poseidon. That was a fun thing, and he actually helped set up my phone and whatnot. The low part, it was obviously when I was in my head and wanting to leave. So it was just, like the medics got to me. They're like, "You're doing irreparable damage to yourself." And then the next day it was a different crew, and they're like, "You're doing irreparable damage to yourself." And I'm like, dang, I still went back to my group, and then I don't know. I just woke up and I was like, "All right, I get it. I'm feeling what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I gotta leave."
So obviously you were throwing up, and we saw the clip of you in the ambulance van there. What was it like? Like, what were you feeling? Obviously you were sick, throwing up, but what did it actually feel like? Like, what were you feeling in that moment? Were you feeling like, really, like, was your body feeling heavy? Were you feeling like lightheaded?
Yeah, I was definitely lightheaded. It was like I've had heat exhaustion here in Arizona once or twice, and it was definitely that. It was on the verge of stroke. So if I didn't get into the AC or whatever and cool down a little bit with a wet towel on my neck, and the pickle juice helped, of course, for the for the cramps. But that was another thing I didn't plan on. I've never had cramps in my life, man. That was crazy.
Damn. And
But they made me go to the hospital. Like I wouldn't have went. Or to the ambulance. I wouldn't have went, but whatever. It helped, I guess.
yeah, I mean, health's important at the same time, but I know, yeah, you're probably. I get what you mean by like they're in your head and all that. Ice Poseidon really liked the pickle juice. I saw in his stream he kept drinking it, and I gotta ask, did it taste good?
It was horrible, but I mean, I remember always drinking the dill pickles. Like I would get dill pickles and just drink the juice after. That was always good, but this was like really sour stuff,
Was
and
it?
it just went into your empty stomach, and it just like you could just. That's what I was pretty much throwing up was pickle
Yeah,
juice.
yeah. Was that the only thing in that drink? Was just pure pickle juice, or was there something else?
Just pickle juice,
Yeah, that's pretty nasty.
medical grade.
Yeah, yeah. Did you you guys were all on the bus going there? Obviously, you're from Arizona. I'm guessing you flew out to Austin.
Yeah, I ended up flying. I was gonna drive, but it would have cost more.
Right. Yeah. And so, how was that bus ride heading over to the ranch? Being with all the different streamers, what was that experience like for you?
I sat next to Eli, who ended up being the guy that
Yeah.
was with the hatchet and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. And then it was interesting to see him at the end of the games and when Ice and him met up.
Yeah. I
Uh,
remember that. I was like, holy shit! If they finally came out.
I was like, I don't know what he was thinking. Like, just brought himself back to the ranch. The owner could have
Yeah.
killed him.
Yeah. That's pretty stupid for sure.
A lot of people were talking about the vest. Obviously, there were some issues there. Like, what was your experience with that?
Actually, mine was working pretty good because Megatron took it after me, and people kept messaging me saying, "Good work, you're still in the game" and stuff, and I wasn't. I'm like, no, Megatron's got my best.
Yeah, I was really
Yeah.
confused about that too because they didn't update that. I was like, he left like 2 days ago. So yeah,
It was like 2 days later that he finally,
yeah,
killed me.
yeah,
So yeah, it was fun though. Like Fuzi attacked the shed though. That was like I didn't even know it was him, and until I saw the clip. But like he was on my first kick stream, so that would have been cool to
hmm
meet him because he said he was going to be looking out for me. To make it, my streams better and whatnot.
right,
So
yeah.
he was going to give me some subs. I said he would give me some subs, never did either. I got like 2 subs from the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I only need 18 more for the next step
Oh,
verified.
yeah,
So
that's true. Yeah. Another question from me. So, Fuzi, I saw that clip where you met him on you stream sniped him, right?
yeah,
Yeah. So he had a conversation with you, right? How do you like? What are your thoughts on Fuzi? Obviously, he's had a very uh like I don't know controversial past. We'll say that. What do you think of Fuzi and what he's doing right now in the live streaming world?
I think he's actually growing up and being more positive. And that's kind of what I'm trying to bring to this whole thing too is more positivity. It's gone to the dumps, in my opinion. But I don't know. I mean, if I can make a positive influence on this game and show people you don't have to be a dick to be in it, then that's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And so Ice, I remember I watched your stream where you were talking about the incentives. So what had Ice promised you guys going into the Hunger Games?
Not much, man. I mean, it's just there was no directions or anything but show up on this day at this time, and we're gonna get on a bus and go. And don't bring this, that, and this. But everybody brought that stuff. I put my luggage in storage
Right.
and whatnot. I mean, like it got ticks in it when I got it back. My
Mm.
clothes were moldy from the place I had it stored at. It was crazy.
That's wild. So
Yeah, it's another thing. I had 4 ticks
yeah,
when I got home.
that's crazy, dude. I mean, you can get like Lyme's disease from that, right?
Yeah, there's deer in the field.
Yeah.
I saw 3 bucks.
Mm. You see any cows? There's a lot of cows there too.
Yeah, a lot of cows.
Yeah, for sure. What so you didn't get the subs that he promised, or I guess suggested he'd
I don't
get.
know if it was a promise, but whatever. It's fine.
Right, yeah, for sure. Um and so now that you're back, what have you I saw your stream where you were watching the final result. What do you think about how it ended with Taemin taking the W there? Um
Yeah. I mean, I was happy for East Side, and I went to bed actually. I didn't see the part where he gave it to Taman or whatever. So until the next day, and then I was like, what the hell? But I mean, like if the metrics are the metrics, then that's what it is. It's like he's got to be fair to the gamblers.
mhm. Yeah, that's true.
He was pretty fair to everybody. I mean, the last 10 people, he was really fair to. So that
Yeah.
was really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
That he reserved that little gift that nobody knew about,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he gave 50,000 to Eastside.
Yeah. Yeah, which is awesome for sure.
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, that shows he's growing up too.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
You kind of look like Ace over here on the right, on my right,
Really?
little mini Ice.
All right.
My
How
question
tall
for
are you? You're a tall one too, huh?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm like 5'10".
Oh, all right.
You think I look like Ice?
Yeah,
Oh.
a
Okay.
little bit.
the younger one, obviously.
People are saying that Shuvi looks like Ice.
I mean, you probably look more like Ice than Shuby.
I would agree. Yeah, Shuvi looks like FaZe Ruggs filmer, if you know what he looks like. But
Or he looks like a Lord of the Rings character.
oh yeah. Yeah, that's true. All
My
dirty.
precious.
Yeah. A lot of people in chat were like, because he was rubbing the dirt on his face. And a lot of people in chat
Yeah.
were like, oh, he's like a scuffed Robert Downey Jr. trooper and all this shit. I found that really funny.
So I told Shuby he's welcome to stay here anytime too, and like if he needs a place. So
Yeah, I saw that
that's
actually.
my
Yeah.
boy too.
Yeah.
I actually spent some time with him, a good amount of time, probably like 8 hours with him straight.
Yeah. He a lot of people are doubting his story and saying that he could just be making up this story to get like a lot of views and stuff. What do you think of that?
I don't know. Are you interviewing him? You want me to tell him to get interviewed or what?
I mean, I reached out to him. He responded. He just asked like, "Oh, what's the channel?" And then I explained it to him. I said, "Let me know if you want to organize something," but he never hit me back. So
I'll
doesn't-
put in a good word.
yeah, let him know.
He really liked me. I mean, he looked up to me, so that's cool.
Yeah, let him know. It'd be cool to add him on for sure. And he's our age too. You know, a little age connection there, a little chemistry. So
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
sure.
I got Chicken's my boy now. Girthy, we're gonna link up with him now because he's in Arizona too.
Mm,
I got his phone number and all that. So
sweet.
you guys gonna interview them or?
No, not Girthy or Chicken. They didn't respond. So
Yeah, well, they're still busy. Girthy's dealing with his broken rib.
oh right, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously I saw your audition tape, checked out the channel a little bit, but what's the move now? Are you gonna start streaming, go live on Kick, or?
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know. It's kind of for me. It's more of an anxiety thing. I don't want to be live at my house. I want to like just go out do IRL. But my main thing was like I was the stream sniper from the get go, so I like doing collaborations. So next week I'm trying to go tubing with a bunch of people and stream that.
Yeah.
Tubing, that's sick.
Yeah, so well, I mean, there's a couple dead spots on the river, but other than that, it should be really good signal and fun, good time on Labor Day weekend, or
Nice.
not Labor Day. What is it? What is it? What weekend is it?
I think it's Labor Day.
Is it Labor?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I was right. But yeah, dude, it should be fun.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I got some cute girls going. So
Oh, okay. Some content.
hey, I tried getting homeless to come, and he's like, "Oh, that girl's too old. She's like 33."
What?
Overall experience, like how would you rate the experience? Like, did you compete
Oh
for the
man, I
Ice
came back such a better person, like more grounded, to be honest, is the word.
Yeah.
Some good things actually followed me home. I don't know how to explain it, man. Like a lot of good things been happening. Um, before I left, I the day before my flight, I went home from the chiropractor because I wanted to get adjusted before going, and I was rolling on a flat tire.
Oh,
I didn't
yes.
know.
Yeah, I remember this.
And the tire sliced itself off, went behind my car all the way through traffic, 5 lanes of traffic on the freeway at 70 miles per hour plus, and came back around and almost hit my car, landed in front of my car. And I was like the craziest, no damage to my car, nothing. I mean, like, so everything was like going really bad. And then once I got home, it's like all this good energy followed me home. I'm telling you, it's
Yeah.
like everything's going so good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna other than like Amazon, I ordered 4 new tires and they sent me 3 20-inch tires and one 19-inch. So that's the only bad thing so far. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about the car. So what was that like dealing with the mechanics and having to like what did they tell you happened? Did they give an explanation for that or what?
no, I had to tow it to my house, man. I was the mechanic.
Nice.
You guys ever saw the GI Joe mobile or no?
I only saw the photos from the Discord, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I painted it in camouflage, like young Dolph camouflage.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, I think we'll just, unless you got anything else to say, I think we'll wrap it
Yeah,
up
I'll
here.
try to get you some bigger names then, and I'll help you out because I'm always rooting for the underdogs and whatnot. We want you to get big too.
Yeah.
So
Sweet. All right. So any last words before we end it off?
I'm good.
Okay,
I'm
sweet. All right, guys.
going to work out.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go on to the next guest. So we're joined with Florida Boy MMA, the #1 projected pick on stake to win. Unfortunately, wasn't the case, but yeah, we're lucky to have him here. So Florida Boy, I gotta ask, like, what did you think of the event in general, the Hunger Games?
I don't know. It was surreal. It was like a movie or something. I don't know. It was pretty cool though. It was like just a giant intense paintball game towards the end. So it was like it was really amazing. Honestly, it was something else.
Yeah, for sure. So what was some highs and some lows of the event for you?
For me, there was at one point in the event where my legs were cramping up real bad, and I was in the woods, and I had to get like a hydration package, so I was definitely like a low. And then I got like Chicken Andy out towards the end of the event, or like mid late in the event, and right after that, me and my group secured 3 care packages, including like cake, ammo, CO2, chips, all sorts of stuff. So that was definitely like a high at that point in time. Me and my crew were like, yeah, we're winning this bitch.
So obviously you got this event was really big for you because I don't think you were streaming before this, right?
No, 3 weeks ago I had like 69 followers.
How much are you at now?
Like 2,600 and something.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So obviously the follower gain is because you're collaborating with everyone in such a big event. What was it like to work with we'll start off with Fuzi. What was it like to work with Fuzi? I remember he interviewed you in that last circle in the top 10.
Florida boy. The lone wolf. I know you ain't a lone wolf, but you remind me of a lone wolf.
Appreciate that.
How you feeling?
Good, chilling, ready to get this shit over with and go home.
It's game time.
Yeah, about to win 100K. This is it.
Where your nerves at? Nothing?
I mean, this shit's normal when you fight every day or train in the gym and fight every day. It's
Well, you do MMA?
yeah, I do MMA.
MMA? Okay. So this is just another day for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So what was it like to meet Fusi, and what was your experience with him as well?
Nah, Fuzi was real cool. He was a real chill guy. I mean, it was crazy. I've only seen Fuzi obviously on like TV or whatever when he's streaming. So I know I never thought I was gonna meet him. I had to get a picture and shit with him, but I was looking rough. But I did get a really cool photo. It's kind of majestic. I put it up as like my banner on like Facebook and stuff now.
Oh, I think I saw that. It's with him, right?
Yeah, it's like I'm shaking the hand and I
Yeah.
got like the paintball mask like halfway on my head and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I remember that. It's pretty hard. I like that one.
Yeah, appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and what was your experience with Ice like? I mean, obviously, both these guys have had a controversial past, but I mean, it seems like they kind of brought the best out of themselves with this event. What was your experience with Ice like?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't talk directly with Ice too much. I only talked with him a couple times, but he seemed like a real chill guy. Like, I was telling him like when I was trying to stream originally, like I was just trying to play video games, and that wasn't like really catching no motion. And he gave me a tip and suggested that I try IRL, and that
Yeah.
most of his fans, that's kind of what they liked.
Hmm. Yeah, I remember that.
What made you want to compete in the games?
Um, my buddy just like sent me like the poster one day and was telling me that he thought I would be really good for it. And I was like, I mean, I didn't think there was a chance in hell that I was gonna get picked. But I made a submission video. I felt like it was a shot in the dark, and then Andra followed me back on Twitter and messaged me, and I got in, and I was fucking jumping up and down at like 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, nice. And so, overall, like, are you happy with how you did with the event? You came top 10. You lasted, a week. What do you feel
Yeah,
about
I
that?
mean, yeah, I'm happy about it. Obviously, I was planning on winning the thing, but can't really cry over spilt milk or anything like that. My vest shut off in the top 10 in the final battle, so it is what it is. It sucks, but it was still an awesome experience. And no, I met a lot of people, made a lot of friends and shit, and I feel like I could start a career streaming here.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And what do you think about the final outcome with Taemin winning it? I mean, there's a lot of controversy with that too. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that sucked. I mean, Taman had a good play. He was laying on the ground, nobody seen him. He didn't lose no health. So I mean, hats off to him. That was smart. I definitely was hyped when Eastside won, and I thought Eastside won, but I mean, Taman's a cool guy, so I'm glad they won. It's just all right.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Justin, do you have any more questions related to Hunger Games?
Not really. I
Okay.
mean, just congrats. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, congrats. That's awesome. I guess we can move into MMA. So some of our fans like MMA. We've talked about MMA a little bit on here with UFC and stuff. So we definitely have some people listening right now with that. So what made you get into MMA in the first place?
Well, I've wrestled for like 10 years or 11 years now. I wrestled throughout high school. And after college, not really much applies to wrestling. So I started doing jiu-jitsu and stuff at a local MMA gym and got me a fight. And, it was just, I liked it. It was fun. I was kicking ass. Like my first, like 5 fights were all like first round finishes and shit. So I had a lot of motion there. And then like, in the middle of like my first couple fights, Corona had struck. So it was hard for me to get fights. So I ended up driving up to Virginia and joining Street Beefs and getting a couple fights there to help. It was to help get my name out there, and then people around the state reached out to me and started to hand me out more fights and shit after that.
Awesome. What are some of your biggest accomplishments with MMA?
Um, I was there's like a promotion in like Orlando area. I held the title for them. I defended my title in 14 seconds, but I ended up losing my title to this other guy who was ranked like number one in the state of Florida at a certain point. I mean, I felt like I kind of beat myself more than he beat me, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah, I mean that happens. Do you have any crazy stories being in the MMA world? Because it sounds like you've been in it for a minute now. I mean, COVID was 4 years ago. What's what are some crazy stories or one crazy story you could think of?
I don't know, nothing like too crazy. I've broken like people's legs and knocked people out, so like I felt bad afterwards. But most of the time, all the people have been like real nice, and you shake somebody's hand afterwards. At the end of the day, you have like mutual respect. You're both warriors stepping in the cage to beat the shit out of each other. But no, I haven't had anything like too crazy happen, I would say.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's it like prepping before a fight?
Prepping before a fight,
Mm.
it's intense. My coaches push me really hard. We run and do like 3 or 4 hours of training a day, and that's after I work like nine to five in the sun and shit. Cause I'll do like construction. I build screen enclosures. So I mean, it's a lot of work. It's hard to find any free time, especially when I'm in camp. I was supposed to fight August 2nd in New York for a title, but when I was given the opportunity to be in Ice's game, and originally it was supposed to be at the end of July, I had given my fight to somebody else, and he ended up winning and beating the guy. But I was trying to focus all my attention on this because I knew how big of an opportunity this would be.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a guy on here a while ago from Daytona, another streamer, and also I've tried boxing. At school, I did boxing. Shout out Griffin's Boxing, but dude, it's really tough. I mean, I'm a pretty active guy. I play all sorts of sports, but man, the cardio, like it hits you for sure. I mean, I respect anyone that goes in the ring.
Yeah, the cardio is definitely, yeah, no, for real. I do too. That's why it's like a mutual respect thing. I was saying, most of the time people are pretty respectful after a fight, but yeah, the cardio it's insane. But I mean, if you guys see me out during the games, like that's one thing a lot of people were like impressed. I mean, obviously I was pretty committed to the Heat considering we're construction in Florida, but they were all surprised by how I was able to just keep going. I was moving back and forth. I was making extra runs, searching for extra shit, while everybody else was chilling under a tree and whatnot. Like I was go go go, and everybody was surprised at how much conditioning I actually had.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Not surprised.
Yeah.
All right. I don't got any more questions. Justin, you have any more questions?
Yeah, so now that you're done the games, what's your plan going forward with content? Are you gonna focus more on MMA content? Are you gonna start streaming, or what's going on with that?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna focus on MMA content. I want to travel a little bit and do some content. I don't know exactly. Me and my friends are gonna talk and do something for sure. I was thinking about maybe getting an RV and going on an RV trip, but
Nice.
only time will tell. I definitely gotta focus on. I'm pretty close to ready to go in pro. I'm still an amateur fighter, and I want to focus on that for a little bit too, because I would like to go pro and get paid to fight.
Yeah. What's the jump look like from amateur to pro?
I mean, it's kind of varies because the requirement to go pro, at least in Florida, is just to have 5 fights. So there's people that go 0-5 and then go pro, and they're really not that good. And there's people that are 5-0 or go pro and that are amazing. And I don't know. There's a lot of pros that aren't at the level they need to be, and I don't know why they went pro. It's just like just to get a check.
Makes sense. Do you have any last words before we go on to the next guest?
Oh no, good, no sir.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on, and we'll go to the next guest. All right, next guest here, we got Trevian. Welcome to the Avenues podcast.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, so I guess we'll just kick it off straight away with the questions. Obviously, you competed in the CX Hunger Games. Tell us highs and lows from the experience.
Man, the lowest, I'm gonna be honest, the lowest part in the experience was just letting myself down. I'm not gonna lie, I let myself down really bad. I thought Texas weather was gonna be like Florida weather. Hell no. Hell, bro, dry heat, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Dry heat is way worse than humidity, bro. Because I could go to work in a hoodie and sweatpants. Perfectly fine. No, not a drop of sweat coming down my face. In Austin, Texas, Boy, nah, I wasn't even getting tan. I was getting red. That was yeah, bro. The heat's insane. So besides the heat and like letting myself down because I ended up quitting, I had a heat stroke and shit like that. I'm a bitch, I know. Um, it was fun. I made a lot of friends. You know, I've been doing content for 10 years since I was 12. I'm 22 now. So this is like that was like the biggest thing I've done throughout the 10 years of me doing content. It was
Awesome.
cool, bro, you know.
Yeah.
Ups and downs. Ups was making friends, downs was fucking quitting.
Yeah. Well, you're not the only one. So
Yeah.
yeah. What was your experience like with Ice?
I mean, Ice is chill. I mean, we were talking like we've spoke multiple times before. Like, I mean, him and all of the contestants during like the bus ride there, etc. Things like that. Before the whole, you know, contest actually went down, there was just like brief conversations. He seemed like a pretty cool dude. I texted him because this cameraman was ass. So hey, Ice,
Yeah.
if you ever see this, bro, let me know. I do real life videography, bro. Let me know if you ever need a cameraman. But nah, he was cool, bro. He was reasonable. I mean, don't get me wrong, that heat was insane, but he's a different level of demented, but he's cool. He's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that. What was Did you get a chance to talk with Fuzi?
I talked to Fuzi for a little bit. It was like a split second before he attacked like everybody I was with.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now he seemed cool too. I mean, one thing I noticed because this was the first time like that whole event was the first time I was ever around any other streamer. So it was kind of weird to see like people's like switch flip from being I don't want to say a normal person, but from like their normal being to their content self. So when I was talking to Fuzi without the cameras on, he was super cool, super nice. But when those, you know, when he was getting ready to paintball, like, you know, paintball niggas, I was scared, bro. I was running. They had
Yeah.
miniguns and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
What like made you want to compete in the games?
Initially, I just wanted to make connections. I was born and raised in Springfield, Massachusetts, which is it's the most dangerous city in Massachusetts. So the me getting the money was just to give it to my mother. I can care less about the money, you know what I mean? I just for myself personally, I just wanted to make friends and connections, people who also love what I love, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Um, and then like with that too, so you obviously applied, competed in the games. Do you have any like strategy going in, like stuff you wanted to accomplish, or any goals going in?
I mean, I had a strategy going in. I had a group initially, but I ended up walking away because I just it's complicated. But I had a plan. It didn't go as well. I didn't expect someone to steal my water bottle the first day.
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah, there's nothing really you can do. You know, you win some, you learn some. I mean, you learn some, you win some, you lose some. I don't know if you guys heard about there's potentially a survival island thing he's hosting.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm hopefully potentially going to be in that, so I'm going to hopefully prove myself a little bit better, have a better strategy in that.
Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, with the competition, so obviously you're streaming the whole time, uh, constant streaming. How was that? Did you notice any extra pressure?
Nah, I mean, I've been streaming I stream every single day. I've been streaming every day consecutively for 10 years, brother. So it's just
Yeah.
I mean, the only difference there was the amount of botted viewers. Besides the amount of botted viewers I was having, it was it was pretty cool. I don't even know why Kick allowed people to bot, but yeah.
Yeah. So you started on Twitch originally then, huh?
Yes, sir. I originally started on YouTube and then I
For
switched
sure.
over to Twitch. Yeah.
And then what made you like go to Kick?
Uh, a good friend of mine, a couple of good friends of mine, but mainly it was Jake Future 27 and Girthy Gorilla. I've known Jake for like 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
Like before he became an SSB. So he was just always trying to convince me, like, yo, you should come to this, you know, you should always come to Kick, come to Kick.
Yeah, for
And I
sure.
did it. And if it wasn't for Girthy Gorilla, I probably wouldn't even have my account back because I didn't know how to get my 2FA off. So he helped me with that.
And then also, like, did you have any concerns going into it? Obviously, like we talked beforehand, it was like kind of, in our opinions, like scuffed. I mean, the rules weren't that clear. There's like wild boars going around. Do you have any like safety concerns going into it?
I mean, I there was like I killed like 10 Black Widows out there, bro. I can't sit and tell you if it was a guy or a girl. I don't know the difference, but there was mad Black Widows out there, bro.
Yeah.
Hella Black Widows. There were scorpions, snakes. I feel like the snakes, like, because I seen a snake like once, but I feel like they all kind of skedaddled when they, realized there's a lot of people coming around. So,
Yeah.
but not scorpions, Black Widows, bro. That was like the scariest thing. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it, bro. And like sleeping in cow shit. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah,
Yeah. Not ideal.
Nah, not at all. But hey, one thing I can say is my body's adapted to sleeping anywhere, brother. Like after the Hunger Games, when I quit, walked down to Beesville, that's in West Bumblefuck. I don't even know, man. But people go on dates at a Whataburger there. That's how small the town is. They go to dates on Whataburger. But me and D-Tan ended up sleeping in front of the Whataburger on the sidewalk until they kicked us
Damn.
out. Like, yeah, our body just kind of. I feel like I could sleep anywhere for real.
Yeah, it's probably a big change coming back to the city, civilized life, I guess.
What? I came home. I did not sleep on my bed the first night. I took my pillow and slept on the floor on bro. I swear, bro.
Did you notice like when you went back into the city, like lots of people were like engaged with the event, right, watching and stuff? Did anyone recognize you out in the city?
Not at all. No, not really. I don't really try to get like quote unquote recognized. I can care less to be famous. My whole goal in streaming and being a content creator is just being like a successful one. I mean, I've been doing this for 10 years. It would feel kind of nice if people finally recognized me as one.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it for real. That's like my end
Yeah.
goal in all this.
I mean, after this, like I went on your kick. There's lots of views on there, especially on the Hunger Games content. What's like the plan going forward with that?
Oh, so I guess I give you a little sneak peek. Right now, I am I'm working with a couple of other streamers, and you guys are like the first people to actually hear it, besides a
Ooh.
couple of people in my community. Working with a couple of streamers for October. We're gonna do a road trip, go around and do ghost hunting, like actual ghost hunting in the most haunted places in the United States. So I'm gonna try to plan that shit out for October.
That's sick.
F3 is hopefully going to be helping us out with that WF3. But yeah, that's something that I actually have planned. I have a couple of streamers right now. It's so weird to say this, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like this is still all kind of fucking new to me. I'm gonna be straight the fuck up. But right now, like the people that's potentially going will be me, Shuvi, Ace, maybe after the whole Bear May situation. I don't know. But yeah, me, Shuvi, Ace, Hito, Girthy, Jake, and maybe a couple of other people. I'm trying to still solidify things. I have a month before then,
Yeah.
so.
Well, Avenues podcast is exclusive. No one else.
Oh
No
yeah,
one
for
else.
sure, bro. Yeah, nobody else really knows besides the people I've asked.
Nice.
You know what I mean? In like my community. So
Well,
yeah, I'm
I'll make
planning
sure
that
to
out
watch
for
that.
October. For sure, that'll be fire, bro. Like
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm into that ghost shit. So
Do you believe in
hope I
ghosts?
get like, I'm from Massachusetts, bro. Like Salem witch
Oh
trials.
yeah.
Come on, bro. Yeah, of course. I'm into that witchy shit. My mom's a witch, so.
Oh, okay. I guess we can move on to. I was hoping to talk about your experience with live streaming besides the Hunger Games. So, I mean, you do streams at the store. What's that like?
Oh, streams at the store, man. It's so it's right now with the current location I'm working at. It's kind of slow, but back when I was working at the beach, bro, it was fire. It was fire as fuck. I used to have TTS on. I fucking I don't know if you guys know this, but I ended up like collabing with the Island Boys. So I
Oh,
had brought
nice.
them over there. Uh, I've met Norway like back when he first came down here, so he ended up living with me for a little bit. I brought him over there. Like when I was at the beach, it was lit, but now it's a little bit slow. It's a little bit slow. People just my chat just likes talking shit to the customers that come in. So
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, type shit.
In regards to that, what's a crazy experience you could share with us? A crazy story, whether that be with a customer, with chat, whatever, just with the store.
Pepper sprayed somebody before, bro. Like full on mace somebody. I swear to God. So this was at the beach spot. Some dude like this was like he was banned from the store before I started working there because he was like trying to use fake money and like stolen credit cards to buy shit. So they banned him. He tried to come in. I told him he couldn't come in. I guess he felt embarrassed or something because he was with his boys. And he like told me to go to the alleyway, all this and that. Talking rah-rah, bro. And I'm not a bitch. You feel me? So I went to the alleyway. This man pulled out like a fake knife. I didn't know it was a fake knife. All I seen was just like a silver thing. Right. And I didn't have my gun on me. Like, where is my gun? Matter of fact. Because in Florida, damn, where is my gun? So in Florida, I can't find it, but I would have shown y'all. In Florida, you can have like a gun without having a weapons license. You just need a Florida state ID stating that you're 21 years or older. And you can't have like any like misdemeanors or felonies and stuff like that. So I didn't have that. I just had pepper spray. So I pepper sprayed the shit out of him, and ended up hitting like the people next door because there was like a restaurant they were eating on the patio. It hit them in the face. Yo, it was crazy. That was like an insane thing. The cops came. Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah. That is a crazy experience.
I would do it again.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
What's I saw some of your clips. You were on Kai's stream, was it? A while back?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've been on multiple of Kai's scavenger hunts back in the day. So yeah, you're probably talking about the clip of me not having a fork. How the fuck do I not have a fork, bro? How the fuck do I not have a fork, bro? I don't have a fork.
All y'all niggas in that fucking room. And
I don't have a fork. I have spoons and a knife. No fucking bummer ass pussy. No fucking ass.
Unfortunately, Dumb and Dumber gets eliminated.
Oh, hey. Yeah, that clip wasn't the best. Yeah.
What was it like? What was your experience like with Kai?
Nah, Kai is cool, bro. Kai is cool. His Discord server, the way I got into like Kai, like meeting up with Kai and doing like his scavenger hunts and stuff like that. I used to be a mod for Aiden in his Discord, Aiden Ross, from like 2021 to like 2023, 2024-ish. And it opened up a lot of doors for me. So I ended up doing those scavenger hunts. He was cool. No glazing shit, but dude, that nigga's really down to earth, bro. Like out of all the streamers Discords I've ever been in, I kid you not, if you join his Discord right now, you'll probably catch him in a VC, like the general VC, just talking to people like he's not famous, you know what I mean? So
humble.
But nah, they're all really cool though. They're all really cool.
Awesome. I gotta ask. Earlier, you mentioned your goal is to be successful.
Yes, sir.
Define what success would look like for you.
Not having to worry about my rent, my bills, and food. Because right now, I mean, I'm not gonna get too deep into it. I'm really open on my chat. So if y'all really want to know, anybody can come to my stream and ask me. But I get $1,200 a month, and I have to pay $950 in rent, like in bills and all that. So successful is not having to worry about when the next meal is gonna be on the table and when I'm gonna have to pay my rent and struggling and shit like that. So that's really it. That's what being successful is to me. Helping my mom out, get out of Springfield, you know what I mean? Type shit.
Sick.
Yeah, I got one more. Like regarding like modding for Aiden, what was that like? What was your experience like that? Obviously it opened like
that community is trash.
Yeah.
Oh, that community is fucking trash. Aiden, fix your Discord. That community is fucking trash. Horrible. Bro, that trash. Trash, bro. It's full of just like it's people with huge egos because they mod in someone's Discord server. You know what I mean? It's fucking trash. It's horrible. It's so bad. Hate it. So bad. I'm sorry. That was such like a blunt answer. Nah, that shit is fucking trash. Like,
you gotta say how it is.
Nah, yeah, I'm straight up. That shit's garb. smoking on the Aiden Ross Discord pack. Fuck you talking about? Shit, nah, that shit is garbage. Aiden's playing it. Basuda. Sorry.
Are you modding for anyone else, or like you're just doing your own stuff now?
So I like to say I'm a free agent. There's a lot of Discord servers that ask me to help them set up their bots because I'm good at like configurations and bots and stuff like that, webhooks, things of that nature. So a lot of people ask me to help them out with that. But besides like helping out my friends or like other people, I just be chilling, man. I just be streaming. I'm trying to find somebody to be a videographer for. Jesus, Ice hit me up.
All right.
Shit.
Well, I guess that kind of wraps this up. We'll go.
You good? Like my condom.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right.
My fault. All right.
No, you're good.
Hey, my fault.
We'll move on to the next guest.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys, and please, I hope you leave this in so your community hears this. I tell this to everybody that watches my streams or YouTube videos. Whatever clip you guys clip and post, y'all have all rights to do so, bro. Y'all can take any clip from any stream, YouTube video. I don't care. I don't want no money from it. I don't want nothing from it, bro. Just enjoy yourselves, bro. This is what content's for.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I respect that heavy. That's
All right,
do you have any final words?
I appreciate y'all for having me, bro. If y'all ever want another guest, let me know. You know, yo, actually, what's that Canada? There's like a big ass Canada festival that be happening like once a year, right? It just happened recently.
Canada Day? I don't know.
Nah, I forgot. It's like in Toronto or some shit.
I don't know. I mean, they got the Note Boys out there.
Never mind. I don't know. It's all good. Yeah. All right, guys.
All right. Thanks for coming
love y'all.
on.
Make sure you wrap it up. Get your STD shots. You know, COVID shot. Don't get the COVID shot. That's just bullshit. Don't get that shit. Trump 2024 MAGA. Fuck Kamala. I'm out.
All right, guys. We're on the next guest. You guys just saw Trey. That was pretty funny. But yeah, we got our next guest here. So, Jaw, what are some highs and lows from the event? The Hunger Games. How was it? Let us know.
Overall, it was definitely I would say, positive experience. Some highs from the Hunger Games. There's a lot of good moments. I would say my favorite moments would definitely be the battles we had before the paintball guns. So there was a lot of like melee battles, which is what we were training for, especially me. Like I was training for melee combat, conditioning, endurance, all that stuff. So we had a lot of insane moments like that, like the big helicopter battle. That was really cool. There was like 5 against whatever, I think like 12 or something. I don't remember the numbers, but we were constantly outnumbered, and every single battle we won. And we had like about 4 of those until the end. And then the end, we had a paintball battle. It was like 5 people versus 20 people, and then all of our guns didn't work. So I didn't like that one. But all the other battles were definitely a lot of fun.
So what was your experience like working with Ice in general?
I mean, I like working with Ice. I know when I'm involved with him, it's going to be really scuffed, and it's not necessarily going to be the most fair. I think he tries to make it fair, but like subconsciously or something, it just ends up being pretty unfair. And then he does play favorites, and he definitely gravitates more towards like a specific personality type when it comes to, either listening or, helping them out. But I kind of expected that anyway. I didn't expect it to be fair. I didn't expect it to go smoothly, but yeah. So, I mean, I was preparing for the worst pretty much. It was what I expected.
Okay, sweet. You mentioned how he leans towards a certain personality type. Now, what would that be?
I mean, look, I'm grateful to compete in the event. I'd like to do more. So, I don't want to speak too much on it, but it seems like unless you're like, screaming at him or behaving a certain way, like if I could just sit there and state a fact to him just in a calm manner, he's not going to respond as well to it versus somebody who's like screaming and complaining about it and yelling in his face. That's how it seems. Like there's a lot of things where I would address something. I don't like complaining about it. I don't want to complain about it because it doesn't matter too much to me. There's so many other things that could have went better. But yeah, I would say, unless you're screaming in his face, he's not gonna, or being very, persistent, he's not gonna respond very well.
Right. Okay. On the flip side, how was your experience with Fuzi? I don't know if you interacted with him much, but if you did, how was it?
Fuzi's solid. I love Fuzi. Fuzi was just trying to have fun. It was a pretty positive experience. I mean, I've had a lot of experiences with Fuzi on and off stream, and they've generally been pretty positive. I like him a lot. So, yeah,
Sweet.
definitely solid.
Yeah. Moving on, like what motivated you to apply and try to be on the games?
I just like competitions. So anything that's competitive, that I'm capable of doing, that's fun. I mean, I like fighting. I like mental battles, physical battles. I like all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And then I like my teammates. So
Yeah. Yeah, so you do like a lot of gym content and stuff as well, like on your kick, and I saw some clips of that and stuff as well. So
yeah, I just like anything where I can test myself mentally and physically is worth doing.
yeah, for
And
sure.
anything competitive, I just like testing myself against other people that are trying hard.
Yeah. I mean, leading into that, with the competitive aspect, like how did you prepare? Did you have like a strategy going into it, or?
I prepared by I'm in California, so it's over 100 degrees like every day here. So it would just be, every single day I'd either be hiking, running, uphill. I'd be going to the gym. I'd be doing a lot of like martial arts, like hand to hand stuff, endurance stuff, very important, cardio. I was insanely prepared. I was probably in the best shape physically in terms of just cardio and combat wise in the entire competition. I mean, there's probably smaller people may have been better, like that Florida boy. I would assume he would be better than I would be combat wise, but he's just smaller, so it didn't matter too much. And then he also played incredibly passively, so he didn't even get to showcase any of his skills that he had. So yeah.
Obviously, you were streaming the whole time. Do you find that to be like an added layer of pressure, like having to stream and interact with your chat, or did you not? Was it not much of an issue for you?
Well, my stream was off like 80% of the time, so I was having streaming issues. But just in general, yeah, it's definitely an added layer of pressure. But I'm pretty used to pressure. I competed at a lot of LANs, like LAN tournaments in front of like tens, hundreds of thousands of people. I've streamed in front of thousands of people pretty consistently, so I'm used to it. But I did notice a lot of other people aren't comfortable with pressure, whether they think so or not. Like especially in the beginning, you could tell there was a lot of nerves. A lot of people were really nervous. Even in the parking lot prior to the event, like there was a lot of nervous energy. So I could definitely sense that. Yeah, I'm very comfortable with it. I've been in front of, tens or hundreds of thousands of people, for the past 10 plus years, pretty consistently, even prior to this.
What is your favorite part about streaming in general? You said you've been in this game for a while. What's your favorite part about it?
Streaming, I like meeting people that are similar to me, I guess. So just meeting people that I guess are, like-minded. I mean, I guess I would almost consider them friends. But I got into streaming when like I was very good at something and everyone asked me to stream, so I streamed, and that's how it kind of started. And then since then, I just kept streaming. Yeah, I would definitely say meeting people. I would say meeting people is probably the most fun thing with streaming, or providing something to people that isn't being provided.
Right.
Which
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily doing too much, but I'm contributing behind the scenes for other people doing it.
Yeah, I get that. You've been to Comic-Con. You've been to TwitchCon. What is that like? Because I don't know many people that have been to TwitchCon or Comic-Con, so I want to hear what that's like.
All the conventions are really fun. Like went to BlizzCon, competed at BlizzCon, went to TwitchCon, Comic-Con. It's just I like going to conventions for the art and stuff. I like getting. I mean, like I like just seeing cool shit, and getting nice stuff for my room or whatever, or just in general. And then seeing a lot of people online. Like you meet a lot of people that from online there too. So it's always a good time. So I would say just meeting friends from online is really fun. And then just seeing. I like seeing all the artwork and shit. It's pretty much an excuse to get together with your friends online.
Right.
A lot of those conventions, and then there's parties and shit too, especially at TwitchCon. Oh, and then seeing streamers. There's a lot of streamers that I like meeting and shit. So.
Did you play World of Warcraft there?
BlizzCon, yeah, I competed at BlizzCon.
Right.
In World of Warcraft.
Right. Awesome. I guess we could ask, like, kind of on the same topic here. Like, what would you tell people that are trying to start up their streaming life, or people that are trying to be streamers, people that are trying to make something out of their streams? What advice would you give to those people?
Definitely, if you plan on streaming, you need to do something better than someone else. So you need to work harder than everyone else, number one, or you need to provide something that isn't being provided. So like if you're just going to stream and do the same thing as a bunch of other people, if you think you're like, even the funniest people ever, the funniest people, most entertaining people, I know so many entertaining, hilarious people that get fucking 20 viewers or some shit. You know what I mean? Like they're so much funnier, more entertaining, they're smarter, more talented than people with like tens of thousands of people, but they're not either working hard enough or they're not providing something that isn't being provided. So, definitely you have to outwork everyone else, or you have to provide something that isn't being provided. I would definitely say. And then definitely have fun with it, because if you're not going to enjoy it, eventually it'll fucking eat away at you, and then you'll end up hating it. Oh, and then also very important, I think this is like something like Kai, like some of you like Kai does, is remaining humble is really important, because once you get a lot of viewers, once you get a lot of attention, viewers, all that shit, like it starts to make you think like you're better than people when you have a bunch of people telling you, all these complimenting you nonstop. Right. So it's very important to remember where you came from and stay humble and all that shit. But that's, later on in the game, once you get more popular.
Yeah, for sure.
My last question for you is what's your future plans with content, streaming, and just going down the line?
Pretty much falls in line with my advice to streamers. So I want to either be a part of something that isn't being done, or create it myself, I would say. And then obviously have fun with it. Like right now, it's not super serious. Like I wouldn't say my stream is very good, but I'm doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff. And then, I just want to contribute to making cool shit, essentially, or participate in it. Like, the Hunger Games. That was sick. That's a really cool event, regardless of how frustrating it ended. Cool.
That had a very controversial ending. Do you think Ice will try another Hunger Games event?
I think he should. I mean, I don't know how stressful that was for him, but I mean, I would definitely say that that's a success. I would definitely say that it was successful overall. I mean, I don't know financially how it was for him, but there's so many different things he could have done better and improved on.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think he should do it again. And then if he did do it again, all of the contestants, like even in the future contestants, they're going to be even more prepared. Yeah. So that shit will run a lot more smoothly, I would assume.
Yeah, I mean, we made an episode a month ago now when it was first announced. We did a review about it, and that popped off, obviously, with it being really trendy on the internet at the time. And we were just talking about how there's so much margin for error, especially with it being a live stream. And I think that if he were to do it again, you're totally right. If he did it again, he would be more prepared, as well as all the other contestants. So I think if he did do it again, it would be more successful, as well as the production value of everything would be a lot better. So I definitely agree.
Yeah. Like even the vest that we had, he got like the day before the fucking event started. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right.
I'd also really like to see him like reward people that are, being entertaining and initiating shit. Like we were the only team there that like initiated any real fight. You know what I mean? It's like, Jesus Christ. There were players like Tazo, fucking EBZ, Dr. Beats, all these people that were just going to the medical van over and over. Like they were just sitting around. They weren't doing shit. I'm not even trying to single them out. This was like 90% of the people there. Like people who play like that, it should be. I mean, they should be penalized, but then the other people that are initiating shit, taking risks, I feel like they should be rewarded, or else the shit's gonna be a lot less entertaining. Like if we didn't
Yeah.
have those fucking giant battles and fucking a number of different things that we initiated that we had to initiate, even though we were outnumbered and disadvantaged, like that shit would not have been nearly as entertaining. I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. And to your point, I mean, he kind of tried to do that with the bounty. I know with Shuvi, they
Yeah.
put a 10K bounty on him and then try to encourage people to do something. But then people, I mean, again, like EBZ would be like telling
It's
Paul,
lazy.
like, yeah, but he would be like, okay, let's wrap this up, Paul. And he's like, well, if you want to wrap it up, then go ahead and go get him, right?
Mhm.
Because he's just not really doing much. I mean, I get it. It's tiring. It's like, hot as fuck out. But at the same time, you want to wrap it up, and you gotta go work for it. So
Yeah, that was after we got knocked out too.
Yeah,
Like he had to add those fucking bounties because no one was doing shit.
yeah,
And
Yeah,
I
for
want him to let people suffer more. Like he was way too lenient on letting people go to the med van. Like when you leave your shit and you go to the fucking medical van, like the medical van was literally like these two nice, sweet old ladies.
yeah,
And you enter the van and they're like, "Oh my god, hi sweetheart!" Like, "Oh my god, yeah, go ahead and lay down." It was like air conditioned. They're like offering you snacks and shit. Like you're out there fucking starving and sweating. They're like, "Oh, here's some snacks for you, some Gatorade," and then they patch you up. And then I'm like, "Okay, I'm patched up," because I had to go one time, so I know I had to get like this shit. All my shit was like all bleeding or whatever. I mean, it's not that bad now, but. And then I'm like, all right, I gotta get out there. And like, oh no, sweetheart, you can lay here and just relax. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't be able to fucking relax in that environment. Like you need to be suffering because it's just a full reset if you're going to the med
Yeah.
van and fucking relaxing and shit. It's stupid.
yeah, for sure. Did you have any pickle juice?
Pickle juice?
Yeah.
No. Oh yeah, I think they were offering pickle juice. I don't even know like what does that even do? Is that good?
Well,
for you or
they
some
were
shit?
just telling everyone that it helps with cramps.
Oh okay. No, I didn't
Yeah,
have
I don't
pickle
know.
juice.
Yeah,
I
I
might have
mean,
offered me some pickle juice, but
yeah, I mean that shit would just be disgusting in my opinion. I feel like that wouldn't go down very well.
I mean, all the shit, like all the MREs and everything, like you're fucking starving, you're sweating. Like food is kind of hard to come by sometimes. So,
Right. Yeah, of course. How was
so anything.
yeah, how did the MREs taste?
Oh, they were so disgusting. I hated them, but it was food when I was really hungry. So, but the spaghetti and meatballs was good. The spaghetti and meatball MRE was
Yeah,
surprisingly good.
I heard that
Oh, and then
one.
the protein bar was good.
Mm.
Those
Yeah.
are my two favorites.
Yeah, for sure. I saw, was it Tazo, the one that was going to the van all the time?
Oh my god, dude, he went so much. He just. I don't think I saw him run. Like I just saw him walk around. But he's such a nice guy, you know. Like, what am I going to go up to Tazo and just start
Yeah.
beating the fuck out of him?
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
feel so bad.
Yeah, for sure.
But people got away with doing so much shit, so
Yeah.
many rule breaks and everything.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, for sure. One thing that stood out to me when it comes to that is the fact that it was John Tent who had the donation, right, with the 250.
Oh yeah,
And I mean, to me, that's just a bit much for him to. His points on that, his opinion on that was a bit, for me at least, was a bit weird because,
John Tent.
yeah, because if you were to refund it, which he ended up doing, obviously,
Uh-huh.
it's a trickle effect. You do it to one person, it's just going to cause issues if you don't do it to everyone else. And so that's what I find. I mean, I get both sides of the coin, and I agree with both. But at the end of the day, I think that was a little unfair to the rest of the viewers that were donating and didn't get their money back.
So what did I didn't watch the whole argument. So he had to. John wanted to refund because he didn't get to use the donation, right?
Yes.
Or how did it work exactly?
Yeah. So what happened was he got out with like 15 shots from the paintball gun, and beforehand he had received a revive, right, to get to full health.
Yeah.
And his argument, he was saying that, well, I should have gotten it anyway because a viewer of mine paid for it, and the product, he kept using the word product, they paid for the product and the product was not delivered. So he was like, that's the definition of a scam. But then on the other side, people were saying, you would have been out anyway. You can't stack the lives. Even if you were to get it, you would be out anyway. As well as it's a gamble, right? People that donate
Yeah,
have
the
to
donation is
understand.
a gamble. Yeah.
100%. People that donate got to understand that. And so for him to donate for him to refund that donation, to me, it affects more people than if you were to not refund it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, I didn't see the argument, so I don't know exactly what happened. But I mean, based off what you're saying, I don't think it should have been refunded. But at the same time, I also think we got completely fucked. Like, I think what they did was so fucking lame and unfair. And then all of our guns kind of got fucked. And then there's also the argument with the guns where it's like, oh my god, the paintball's melted.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact, like, my gun was a fresh gun. Like, I got it 30 minutes ago before that happened, and I had it wrapped in a wet paper towel too, while we were getting, attacked by whatever 20 people or some shit. I don't even know how many people. It's a lot of people. The entire lobby or whatever.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's all from us. I want to thank you for coming on and giving us this opportunity.
100%. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So we'll move on to the next guest.
Yes, sir.
We got AceMaximillion here, who's actually in Detroit right now. It looks like outside.
Yeah, outside with it, literally about to spark up. I was
Oh,
about to
nice.
spark up. Just shit, we're out here, just vibing.
So is Detroit as dangerous as I've heard it to be?
It's really, honestly, it's not that bad, bro. It's not that bad, but if you're looking for trouble, you will find it. Like, always got to just be looking around and just like aware of your surroundings type shit.
Yeah, I get that. Is it like I've heard a lot about the 7-Elevens there getting like robbed and shit?
No, it's the Coney Islands. It's the Coney Islands. The Coney Islands are mad dangerous.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, thanks for taking the time to come on. I appreciate it.
No, bro, of course.
So I was watching your streams actively during the Hunger Games.
Hey, let's go.
And yeah, I mean, a while ago we made a video about the Hunger Games, and we kind of gave our predictions and stuff. And that video kind of blew up a little bit. It was in Ice's Discord. We had GiJoe comment on that, and then that's when it kind of like we're like, oh shit, like we can probably get some people on here. And so yeah, so GiJoe, like I was watching him a lot as well. And obviously there was the stake betting thing going on, and I meant to ask people before, but now I finally remember to ask you. Did anybody, including yourself maybe, or did anyone there actually bet on themselves or on anyone else?
So I'm in Michigan, so I'm not even allowed to bet on stake. I could barely look at the odds and shit. So I was out of it. I know a couple people in my community put some money on me. But I don't know about it. Anybody else? I don't know anybody else, but a contestant told me with their odds, what stake made off of them. And it was in like the 50 million mark. I can't say who said it, but bro, there was money into that, into the betting, 100%.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's wild. Well, yeah. Also, just like in general, I know watching you, I noticed you're in the you're in the metal hut a lot, and that shit must have been as hot as I can imagine. How was it staying in there? Because you were camping out in there for a while, like staying low key.
So yeah, my whole strat the entire time was to just keep my distance from everybody else, and being in that shed, it was a blessing because it kept me out of the sunlight. A lot of people were like, "Oh, it's so hot. It's probably so hot in there." It's more hot directly in the sun's UV rays. So that wooden box was keeping me cool and like helping me preserve energy for the first like 48 hours when everybody was battling. And when everybody was battling and I was in there charging up, eating MREs, bonding with my community, that gave me the push to get all the way to like bottom 12 or the final 12,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And also to add on to that, you're out of the sun, and I saw like EBZ had like his skin all messed up. I guess like maybe people had sunburns, people's skin was like boiling. So I guess that definitely helped you as well.
Exactly, 100%, 100%. Went in there with long pants, long sleeves. And if you look at the people that got out first, they were like, bro, the sun beat their ass.
Yeah.
They were just like, nah, fuck this.
Yeah, for sure. So in general, like I want to know, like, what are the highs and lows of the event for you?
The highs are always fight. It's always chat. It's always the stream, right? Like
Mhm.
being when you're in front of that many people, when you're in front of that many people, it's just like literally, it's a high. My buddy Tone IRL called it like a stream high. So it's like that that level of parasocialness, like that was the best part. Like I loved it, just being able to just talk to my chat and just have viewers and meet new people, and even instances like this where I still get to meet new people. Those the highs from it. The lows is now I know what it feels like to lose $100,000, and
Mm.
it's a fucking it's a really really like sickening eerie feeling, but it's also bittersweet too. So
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we had I mentioned to you we had a lot of other contestants on. When we talked to Trey, he was saying that the biggest reason he did it was, well, competing, I say, is because of the connections. He didn't really care too much about money. He wanted to get the connections, meet the people, and all that.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as like the connections for me go, like I feel like I'm proud of the different ones I made, but if I'm being honest, like Austin after the fact turned into a total fucking leech fest, and
Yeah.
like I don't know, man. I was happy to get the fuck out. I got like after participating in CX Fear Factor and doing this, the events are fun, but the leech fest in between, like I want to stay far away from it. And some people call it networking and connections, but nah, buddy, that's a leech fest.
Right. And I know you went live and you went to 6th Street after the event. Is that where the leeching kind of came in? Like, do you get recognized much or?
Oh, the leeching comes in when people who aren't in the event that live in the city adjacent. Same thing that happened in LA with Scuff Jim Carrey. Scuff Jim Carrey wasn't in a lot of the events. He would just leech after the fact.
Mm.
Um, like yeah, that the leeching like it hit 6th Street because it's public, so everybody was just like, oh,
Yeah.
we can just let's just snipe. Oh, like Hunger Games, like contestants, and it's like they do it under the guise, but dude, it turns into like an IRL friend simulator. Like none of these people genuinely like each other, and not only that, before and after the games, you guys want to act like we just didn't compete for $100,000, and all these people that are aiming their cameras at you with the attempt to make money off of you, they're also just slimed you out for $100,000. Like it's like people don't grasp the severity of the situation,
Yeah.
and you get what I'm saying. That's why I'm back here. That's why I'm back home.
Yeah. No, I get that totally, and that makes a lot of sense. I never really considered that. But like kind of in general with that, like how was it to work with Ice and deal with him and the business side of things as well as just with the event?
Oh, bro, Paul, literally, like I wouldn't be streaming if it weren't for him. I He's like the amount of camera time he gave me. Like I didn't make any keys off the event. Like that exchanged hands through him because I got my community. They just like donated PayPal and shit
Mm-hmm.
like that. But bro, like Paul is a legend. He's a legend. He created IRL streaming, and like what he's doing now is just gonna get bigger and better. But I will say the production side of things, I was crazy disappointed. Crazy disappointed. Production, like staff did their thing, but the fucking chest mounts were ass. The vests were ass. Like it was scuffed for sure.
Yeah.
And it's just like, all right, I get the scuffed part, but like let the scuffed part come in the content, not in the production. Cause bro, it hurt. Like it hurt everybody. Like it hurt my camera angles for sure.
Mm.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember I saw Fuzi pull up on you, and was that the first time you had really met Fuzi? And what was the experience like with Fuzi?
Somebody trying to get me in the gap. The first time that was the first time I met him. I've just seen him around on YouTube for fucking years. I've been making YouTube
Yeah.
videos for years. Um, Meeting him was insane. That was insane. That's when I was like, oh shit, this is like a bigger deal. And then after that, like shortly after that, Rampage Jackson, it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
all right, like this is a big deal. And then that's when like my phone starts blowing up. People back home are like, Fousey, fucking Rampage. They're like, that's when it was real. And Fousey is such a genuine dude. I'm supposed to be DJing a show for him, but I got to put some stuff together. I don't know if I'll be able to do it in the next 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure I will be though, so we'll see.
Awesome. Yeah. And I got to ask as well, like, you were I think the only person that was able to take all the paintball shots and want to keep on taking the shots. What was that like?
Oh my. More? That's enough, my guy. That's torture at that point. You did that shit. You're gonna win this 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 shit. Shout out Ace in chat.
You already know.
Clip that for me, y'all. Clip that for me. Let's go. Clip that for me. He deserves promo for that. Clip that for me.
Pain, bro, is just it's the hardest thing you've ever had to do is the hardest thing you've ever had to do. You feel me?
Yeah, how come you wanted to keep on taking the shots?
Because it's nothing. Like, I'll eat it. Like, the pain, like the pain part, like the torture. I'm so over the torture aspect
Yeah.
of the. Like, I want more like more of these competitions to be personality based, as opposed to like torture based and all that shit. Because it's like pain is nothing to me. Like, cool, pepper spray me, shoot me with a paintball gun, make me sleep in the woods for 6-7 days. Like, I wasn't out because I quit. I was out because I got eliminated. Like, I'm over that fucking torture shit. Let's put people's personality to the test and watch these people fall. Like, Shuvi won because he had no option. But if you had to put Shuvi in front of a camera to be a person, he wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, I get that 100%. And it's like you mentioned, you got eliminated. You seem pretty confident with how you would do when I was watching you on stream. You got out. They kind of. Can you elaborate on how exactly you got out? You kind of got backstabbed a little bit.
Yeah, so essentially what happened is I got pinched. I got pinched in one of the final circles, and I was forced to like team up or alliance with fucking Slightly Predator, Lord Hit His Girl, and EBZ, and fucking Beats. We did a final battle. I'm pretty sure I had a hand in eliminating Thief, and while Paul and Boosie, they were doing like the count, like paintball shot counts and everything. EBZ, Slightly Homeless, and Lord Hito snatched my gun out of my hand and shot me, just lit me up with paintball guns, just lit me the fuck up.
Yeah. And I gotta ask, like overall, how happy are you with how you did?
Like I said, I didn't quit. A lot of these niggas, my bad. A lot of these people quit, and I didn't quit. It is like the people that I thought were gonna kill it, the people that I thought were gonna go crazy, what's it like D10 and the ogres. No disrespect to any of them. The people I thought were gonna kill it, they were like, yo, no, I'm done with this. It's just like, and that's what shook me. The people that I thought were gonna be the biggest threats, they ended up not even being threats.
Yeah. With that, do you think you have to do any like preparation before you went into the games? Like, did you do anything special that you wouldn't have normally done?
Oh yeah, so I had some buddies that were special forces in the military, like Green Beret. So they helped me tell me what shoes to pick, like some land nav stuff as far as like being able to look at the sky and tell what time it is, which direction you're walking in. And just preparing myself mentally for the heat and letting me know that my special forces buddies pretty much confirmed to me that the people that were in the military teams were going to drop first. And I just knew it because he was like the first time, he was like, when he hit basic training, he was like the biggest, baddest, toughest people were the first ones out. And that's exactly how it was in the game.
So did all that like military training or special forces?
Fuck yeah, it did. But I fucked up because I got greedy at the end during that interview. I got greedy at the end during the interview, and I wanted the screen time. I wanted to be around Paul and Fousey. And that's what kills me now. That's what I lay up at night thinking about. Is like I should have just ran off into the woods. I should have just said, forget the interviews, forget the camera, forget the streams. It's $100,000 on the line. I should have ran off into the woods, and I think probably for the next at least year, 2 years until I get an opportunity like that again. I might think about it every fucking night.
Damn. Well, how did you looked up into the sky and you're able to tell what time it was?
Uh, for the most part, I kind of got a vibe like there's points where you get into the woods, like after like day 3 or 4, and you're just like, bro, you don't know what day it is. You don't know where you are because you've been deep in the bushes all day. So you're like, which way is the gulag? Like that sort of thing. And it's like, bro, and then at one point, I'm not even walking to the gulag. I'm not walking to the gulag for like, I'm because I literally need water. I literally need a battery, like for safety. There was a
Yeah.
couple points where I was like, dude, I'm gonna die in this fucking bush.
Yeah. What was what was her name? The girl at the tiki bar? Did you talk to her?
Oh, I hate, dude, Nana Pips, bro. Oh my God, nah, gang, nah, Nana Pips, nah. Literally, I'm like, I needed water so bad. I walk up, I'm like, oh, do you have a battery? She gives me a battery. I was like, do you know where I can find some water? Like, is there water? She's like, did you go to the water station? I'm like, I was like, yeah, I did. She's like, you go to all of them? It's like, I'm supposed to go to all of them? She's like, yes, I don't have water here for you. I'm like, okay, no, it's fine. I'll just die here. It's fine. It's like, fine. It's fine. She's like, well, don't get smart with me. I don't have to listen to you. While she sits there on a fucking inflatable duck with a stream in her hand. Who invited this 50-year-old with water balloons strapped to her chest, like with leather skin? Who did this? Who? Leech. How can I be a part of the production? Leech.
Did you hear her story about her psychedelic shit?
Bro, what? She did psychedelics?
She was like talking about like, oh, I got possessed, and like his demon tried to get out of me, and like it was all over stream and like all this weird shit.
Bro, yeah, bro. Somebody need to take that old ass lady phone away, man. That's
Yeah.
like, nah, that's not content. Just cause she got a little like she looked like Granny Go Dumb. Like, nah, gang. Like take away her fucking phone, man.
What was your experience like with like the MREs and stuff? I know a lot of people were saying they like taste like ass, pretty much. So
Yeah, if you hungry, what the fuck are you gonna eat?
yeah, true.
Like, bro, I'm allergic to bananas. Both of those smoothies had bananas in them. I said, fuck it. If I die, I die. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, what are you gonna eat? You're gonna just starve? And Xena, bro, like, low-key, I got some of that from Xena because Xena was like, I threw MREs down. I'm like, damn, I guess you're right. I do gotta eat these things.
Hmm.
Ass or not, no matter how bad they were.
Yeah.
I think the worst part of the MRE was that, like, fake peanut butter. Like, that was the worst part. Like, oh my God. Ugh. But they had good jelly too to make like peanut butter and jelly. So I would just use like a little bit less peanut butter and more jelly. And it kind of got the job done.
What about the vest? Like I know a lot of people were talking about the vest malfunctioning, and then obviously in the final that was like a big thing. So what was your experience like with that?
So my vest, I picked the vest that I picked. The vest that I picked was like super fucked up. Like I would run through the trees and my a tree would hit it and I would just ding 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 just lose crazy points to the point where Chad is like asking me, what happened? Did you get into a fight? And I'm like, no, I didn't get into a fucking fight. Like I literally just, bro, like I can't even walk, I can't even move. So like before we switched to the t-shirts, I just took my vest off and I just told Paul, I was like, look, I'm not even gonna get into a fight from where I'm at. I'm just gonna leave it off. And then we ended up switching to t-shirts. There's a couple points where even people in I'm low key, I was owed a t-shirt too at the end of it. They just didn't keep like they were like whoever was keeping tracks, they kept decent track, but
You're in Detroit right now. After this,
yeah.
I'm gonna hop on your live. I'm gonna watch
Bet.
that. But I don't really have. I kind of already asked. Like, well, I guess we could talk about your streaming. So you started streaming back in like 2017. How did that go down, and how did that really spark your career?
All right. Well, I guess I'll give you a little rundown of who I am and then I'll let you go. So I started streaming. I I lived in Detroit my whole life. I went through a lot of shit, and I was just ready to give up. And I flew out to San Francisco, and I was just gonna end it. I was just gonna hit the Golden Gate Bridge and end it. And my buddy told me, he's like, "Go watch Ice Poseidon." And I went home. I literally was like left the street, went to like not home, but it was like my aunt's house. I was watching his stream on a shitty laptop, and I hit up Jacob CX. Shouts out to Jacob, bro. Jacob is a legend. And I was a part of a Hell's Kitchen stream in LA. I was homeless. And after that, I won that. Then shortly after that, because I won Hell's Kitchen, I had a little bit of clout from Hell's Kitchen. I got on CX Fear Factor 2. And I won CX Fear Factor 2 being fan favorite. I moved back to Detroit, and the hardest part about every one of these ice events every time is maintaining that momentum, going back home, being away from it, and doing your own thing. So I've been on my grind for the last like 7 years, like not even just streaming. Like right now, I can flip my camera around and show you. I'm about to go to this party. Usually I go to the parties and I just don't stream them and I network and do my own thing. But since this event, I'm getting back into streaming. So, just I'm gonna grind it out, and I'm happy to be a part of everybody else's streams and content, and like big thank you to having me on. Big thank you for having me on, guys. Like seriously.
Yeah, well, I understand that you're about to stream, so I'll let you go. But again, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity as well to include someone that was a part of something really big and someone that I was watching throughout the whole time. Is awesome to finally talk and get your side of it. So yeah, thanks, and I'll tune into your stream right now.
Hey, it's 5 Ever, grow up, AceMaximillion, whole lot of gang shit.
All right, guys, we're on the next guest. We got PigeonVizion. And I'm really excited for this one because I have probably the most interesting questions for him compared to everyone else we've had on already that you guys have already seen. So let's get right into it. We're going to be talking about Hunger Games first. I want to hear highs and lows from the event in general.
Okay, so highs was probably the adrenaline rush of just like hunting people down and like being in the woods, and probably the lows. The biggest lows was me getting bear mace in my eyes at the end, and I got so fucking pissed at the end. I just left. But yeah, that was like probably one of the biggest lows. Honestly, bear mace, a little bit of pepper spray bullets, and some tear gas and some fucking paintballs. All a big mixture of that, and that's just a perfect storm of yeah, I'm fucking enough of this shit. But I made it pretty far though.
Yeah, that would definitely suck. How long did that pain last for?
That lasted for like probably an hour and a half, like 2 hours. It's like I was like fucking melting off. It was fucked.
What are your thoughts on the whole event in general? Like, do you like it? Did you not find it to be very good?
No, the event in general was actually like super fucking awesome. Like Ice puts on an insane event. Like trust me, like there's definitely some things I thought could have been like changed, but he did the best with what he had, and he tried to make it work. Like and he did succeed. And there were some parts where like probably could have been a little bit better, like the vest and stuff breaking, obviously, and other things, like other technical difficulties, but he can't control a lot of those. So he did the best of like what he had and like how he and all the resources that he had, which was good.
Right, yeah, and I would definitely agree with that as well. So what was your experience like working with Ice?
Dude, so Ice is actually like a super that was the first time I ever met him. I met him obviously on Discord call, like on stream, but and I went on a stream a few times. But other than that, dude, he was like super chill, super easy to work with, like very like understanding. Like he wasn't like a dick. Like if something happened, like we lost lives in the vest or whatever, then like he was chill enough about it to like, all right, add more lives on, or like stuff like that. Anything we needed, really, we'd hit him up, and he was like, anything like battery packs, stuff like that, he was there to help us. So yeah, he's just like super good guy to work with, no complaints at all. He's like, definitely, if I ever got invited to another Ice Poseidon stream, I would 100% do it, like no questions asked. But yeah, really good experience working with him.
Awesome. And obviously, you know, that clip went pretty viral with you. With Fuzi, you had to attack. Who was it that you attacked in that clip?
Dunkel. Do you know him?
Yeah.
I don't know him that well. I mean, that was the first. I didn't even know who he was, to be honest. And they were like, "Do you want a Gatorade?" And I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "All right, attack Dunkel." I'm like, "Who the fuck is Dunkel?" And they're like, "All right, yeah, Dunkel's like the biggest jack dude." Whatever. He was like 30, 40 pounds more than me. And then they pretty much like dropped me to Dunkel's group, and they had me attack him. And I think I did pretty well in that clip. I don't know. Fuzi said I did well. I think I did well though.
Defend yourself, Dunkel.
He's whooping his ass.
Oh yeah, they're going ham.
Good shit, PigeonVizion. Good shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, what was your experience like working with Fuzi? He's had a pretty controversial past. Like, what was it like with him?
Dude, Fuzi is super nice guy. Like, oh my god, like, I actually thought he'd be like a dick in real life because I've seen so many of his streams, and like he was such a nice dude. Like everything he said was like super down to earth. Like he's just like he literally was like out hanging out with us like a lot of the days too, because he just wanted to be there. Like he was just a really nice dude. Same goes for Action Man. I don't know if you guys know him. I met him too. He's fucking, that guy's nuts. He's like crazy, dude. The first time I met him, he was like literally obliterated out of his mind, like fucking so fucked up. Yeah, and it was fucking insane, like just hanging out with those guys, like, and the way they operate and like stream. Because I'm like relatively new to streaming. Like I started out in like social media first, and then I went to streaming. So it was hard. It was like a hard transition for me. Those guys just like streamed like their whole lives, streaming for like probably 5 months now, and it's tough, bro. Like I don't know shit about streaming. I don't know. I'm not like tapped in that world of like streaming as much as I like want to be. But just like getting that glimpse of how everything works and how like these guys, how streaming and stuff like that works, it was awesome.
My question for you is like, what made you want to compete and like apply to be in the Hunger Games?
Yeah, so what made me want to compete? So I originally saw a thing. One of my friends like said like, "Oh yeah, you should do that. You should go on. You should try to go on the Hunger Games." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't really think anything of it. I really just want to like give it a shot and give it my best shot." And I ended up just submitting my video. I didn't really think anything of it. And when I got chosen, I was like, "Holy fuck, this is crazy." And I didn't really think I was gonna do it, to be honest. Like I was honestly a little bit scared at first. Not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. Not scared, like nervous. Because I looked at the waiver and it was like, you may get hurt, death, like all this shit. I was like, dude, this is fucking insane. It was like,
Yeah.
it's 110 degrees. I don't know where are you guys in Canada right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like 100. I'm in Texas right now. It's like 110 degrees, like in some of these parts of Texas. So like we have heat stroke. We have like all types of like shit, like rattlesnakes, bears, bobcats, not bears, wild hogs that could like hurt you or kill you and fucking. And like it was dangerous. Like I literally knew like this shit's dangerous. Like I knew it was gonna be fucking a tough thing. So, yeah, that the fact of me just like thinking that I might get hurt definitely like it's almost scared me away of it. But then I was like, dude, I don't need to stop being a pussy. I'm just gonna suit up and fucking go. And then that's what I ended up doing. So,
Adding to that, so obviously, I mean, there's lots of hazards and stuff going around. Did you have any strategy going into it? Like, were you gonna team up, or like, do you have any idea going into it?
Yeah, so I actually ended up teaming up with Double Duty. I don't know if you guys know him, Double Duty.
I don't. Maybe.
He's like a COD streamer. He was actually one of the favorites to win. Second highest below the Florida MMA boy guy. He was second highest to win the Hunger Games. So originally I was gonna go in solo. I was gonna roll in solo and fucking just like Katniss my way through the fucking Hunger Games. And then Double Duty like hit me up and he's like, "Yo, like, do you, I asked him and he's like, "Oh, like you in the Hunger Games shit?" Talked to him a little bit. He allowed me to join his team, which he had a very strong team, but a lot of the guys on our team left like the first day. So we had like Double Duty, another Marine dude who like had to leave because his feet were fucking. They looked like dried grapes. His feet, like he took off his boots and his feet were like dried up, swollen, and like disgusting. He had to leave. And then we had another guy who's like named Lone Wolf. He also left too. But the team was like strong. We thought we were gonna go far, and then I ended up being like the last man standing in the team on like day 3. So everyone else had left, and like that team had been like nothing. So I had to go find a new team, and that's where I ended up teaming with Dunkel and Gooner and those guys. Those guys were pretty chill. Went with them. And then I kind of just like toughed it out from there, and then I think I didn't went one day after that, and then I left.
Preparing, I know a lot of people, you know, in the submission videos were like showing their skills and stuff. Did you have any like preparation? Like, what was that like for you preparing?
So
for
I don't know. I didn't really say like prepare as much for the games. Like I think I should have a little bit more, but I really just like I work out every day anyways. Like just like even like for the games or not. So like I was already like going to the gym. I like run a decent amount. So I was in decent shape compared to other guys, dude. There were some dudes there that were like very out of shape, fat, fucking like couldn't even walk. Like I'm saying, like this is like hot. This is like heavy, harsh conditions. Like these guys are like huge, dude. I think they got out like within the first 3 hours. It was nuts.
Must be hard, especially with that weight and the heat. Like,
dude, I know. You think the weight would help you a little bit because like you want some extra cushion? Because like, bro, I swear to God, I didn't shit for like 3 days. Actually, like 4 days. I didn't shit for 4 fucking days. Imagine you don't shit for 4 days. I literally didn't shit for 4 days, dude. I was like, dude, I can't. This is insane. Like, I don't know what's going on. I didn't shit for 4 days, and yeah, dude. I all I ate was like MREs. Have you guys ever had an MRE?
I don't think so.
no.
Those things suck, dude. They're like military food. Like, trust me, I'm not hating on the military guys. That food is fucking horrible. Like, respect to them to eat those things, like whatever they are in like Iraq and shit, because that shit was fucking dog shit. It's like crackers and like peanut butter and like no, not even peanut butter. It's like almond. It's like sunflower seed butter and like the most disgusting like foods you can think of. It was fucking nasty, and because of that shit, I think it like makes your intestines like harden up or some shit. So like I literally didn't shit for 3 days. It was insane.
We had we've had a guy that we know on here that went like 7 days without shitting. So
are you serious?
Yeah. we had GiJoe on here. He was saying that the only good one was the spaghetti and meatballs.
Yeah, the spaghetti and meatballs one wasn't bad, but the other ones were dog shit. It was like mashed potatoes mixed with fucking like some other crazy shit. I was like, this shit is horrible. I just chose not to eat. I was like, I'm just gonna eat the crackers and like not eat anything and see how long I last. And I literally like my piss was like fucking brown pretty much. Dude, it was so hot, dude. Like people don't understand how fucking hot it was. That shit was like insane hot. Like walking around and like people were hunting you down. It was fucking insane.
Pissing out Rolos.
No, dude. Yeah, it's not. It's definitely not for the weak.
So you have you also have a podcast.
I'm not as active as I actually want to get back on it, but I'm not as active as you guys probably are, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, we normally our episodes are in person. We rent out a studio and we upload once a week. But I gotta ask, like, what is your like? How did that start for you? How did the podcast come up for you, and what made you want to start that and all that?
Dude, so I literally didn't have like a co-host or anything. I just like wanted to do a podcast. So and I didn't even really want to do like full episodes. So like literally what I would do was I would set up like a podcast tripod. Like I'd set up like a tripod and like I'd record myself like on the couch and I would just record clips. So like that's like a huge thing. Like when you're first starting a podcast, like no one's gonna watch your full podcast. So like you need like viral ass clips like going viral like every day. So what I would do is I would just like think of topics that either I like my life experiences or like funny stories that I had, and I would just sit on the couch and I would record like an hour of clips, like literally just viral clips. I'd just stop, look at the paper, redo it, do another clip, and I was just like redoing it like that and like that. And I actually was getting like a lot of traction. Like I got some like pretty big guests on my podcast, like Bob Menery, some other dudes, like some other NFL guys, some NBA guys, just from like me going viral like that, just like me like fucking around like doing clips like that, and it ended up working. But I think I'm gonna come back and like do my podcast again. Honestly, I miss that shit.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of fun. We love it. That's why we do it. You mentioned how you had a lot of guests on. So one big one that I can think of right now is Aloisi. So I gotta ask, what is your experience like with them on your show?
Everyone asks me about Aloisi. It's hilarious. Like, dude, I actually this is a crazy story. So I actually like met Oweezy like way before she was like anything like any viral. Like not like she was viral. I think she had like one viral video, but it was to a point where like people were posting her, but like not tagging her. They're posting her like as memes and they weren't like tagging her. So she like nobody really knew who she was, I don't think. And then one day, like so I went to University of Arizona like the in Tucson, and she's like from Tucson. So I ended up like just like meeting up with her. Like I randomly bumped into her like at a bar, and I was like, "Yo, like we should collab all this shit." And she's like, "Yeah, like I'm down." Like I was kind of small at that point, and we did one stupid little fucking video there, and it legit changed the trajectory of like everything, dude. It was fucking. I did one video. It got like 15 million views on Instagram Reels. And dude, she got like thousands of followers from that shit. Like I don't want to say I don't want to say that it was because of me, but I think it was a big part of it was like I think I was definitely like helping a big part of it of like her of help of like her getting
like kickstart it.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, like Steve will do it's doing streams with her. Like Aiden Ross was like clipping my one of my videos of me and her. Like it was fucking nuts. And then we did a podcast, and bro, dude, when I mean the clips from that podcast, bro, I still see them on Explore page and Snapchat like to this day. Like, dude, it was like the most viral every clip I posted of her got like above 1 million views. It was fucking insane. It was like nuts. It was like literally anything she touched like turned to fire. It was insane. And we just kept posting clips and clips and clips and clips of that podcast. And dude, it went so fucking viral. It was literally like the most shittiest produced podcast ever. It was like on my couch, and I was on my college fucking house couch. And we were just like set up some cameras, and like we barely had mics. We didn't have shit. Like the thing was fucking horrible, and it went so viral. It was nuts. But yeah, no, she's awesome. I mean, people hate on her, but she's fucking like, she's the chillest person ever. Like every time, like if I wanted to, I could hit her up. Like I've done another video with her in Tucson, like in November of last year. We had such a good time. Like she always fucking be chill with her. She's like my friend. So yeah, respect to her for that.
Yeah, and you know, to be honest, you're probably the first person I've heard say anything positive about her. Because to be honest, I only see negative stuff about her, and it really made me wonder, like, where did this all come from? Obviously, like probably her appearance, but I don't get like why. I mean, the internet's a pretty nasty place. We've had a lot of bad comments on our stuff, and we had to deal with all that hate. That just happens with the internet. But at the same time, it's like I really question why so many people are that negative to where it's just everywhere.
You don't even like have to be negative like that. Like if you don't like it, then keep scrolling. Like, dude, the reason why she went so viral is because like her content was like that edgy, you know, and people love that. You know, people like sendable shit. Her stuff was so sendable. Like every video she posted was getting like fucking thousands of cents. You know, like it's sendable viral content, right? So people love that shit.
Do you have I don't know if you could say, but do you have a favorite guest that you've had on?
Probably Bob Menery, honestly. Like I love Bob's like my good friend, so anytime he came to my podcast, we'd always fucking have a good time. So I'd probably say Bob Menery or Kai Jones too. I don't know if you guys know who Kai Jones is, but he was like trending in Twitter for like on an NBA for fucking like people thought he was like on drugs. So it was like a huge thing in NBA Twitter, and then I ended up getting him on my podcast because I went to high school with him, which is like crazy. Wow. And that video, that podcast also went pretty viral. It was like Sports Center and shit. It was nuts. But yeah, probably Kai Jones or Bob Menery, honestly. But I need to get back. I want to get back to my podcasting. Like honestly, I think I just like stopped doing it like 5 months ago. But I think I need to like get back and like start doing it again. You know?
Yeah, get more clips in, I guess.
Yeah, get the clips in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I first started to learn about Bob Menery with his collaboration with the Nelk Boys, and then I learned about him through that. And obviously they're pretty close with Bob, and I know that they've had some falling outs and they've kind of came back together. What is your relationship like with Bob?
My relationship with Bob is actually pretty good. Like I've met Kyle, Salim, and all of them from Bob. Like Salim's actually stayed at my house in Texas before, from that, and I've hung out with they're all really nice guys. Like, Bob, my relationship with Bob is probably the best because I've been through a lot with Bob. Like me and Bob have we've been on some crazy trips together. We fucking have done some. We've like chased tornadoes in fucking Oklahoma. Like, dude, we've done some like crazy shit, and like I think there's just like a mutual respect level with me and him. So, and I always text him like here and there whenever he need, or if he's in the area or whatever, and we'll always meet up for stuff. But I have a pretty good relationship with Bob, probably the most out of all of them, definitely.
Obviously, you make Instagram Reels as well, independently. I'm assuming because I see you're always holding the camera like in front of it. What's like a crazy experience with your Instagram? I know I saw your video with like the fish and all that, but like anything else that like people might not know that happened off camera that's a crazy story you could share?
Dude, so I started out like PigeonVizion was like started out by like I used to like sneak in events. Like that was like how I went viral like at first. So my first videos I was making were me sneaking in like huge fucking events. Like I snuck in Super Bowl, Stanley Cup Finals, fucking all these like crazy events. And I would just film myself doing it, and like it would just go fucking insanely viral. And then one day, I was doing it like at my college, just like basic shit, like just like sneaking into basketball games and stuff. And I would post about it and like brag about it and shit. And my senior year in college was like last year, ended up biting me in the ass because the campus police ended up finding the videos, and they got so fucking pissed about the videos that they ended up like actually prosecuting me and like trying to like fucking attack me. So like off camera there was like so much like crazy shit that was going on. Like the cops like raided my house to get my phone because like they had like I had like some crazy I had some evidence of me like on the field. Like it was literally like there was just like bored cop activity. Like I was on the field with and I was filming, and I was like with Gronk because Gronk went to U.S.A. and I filmed like Gronk at on the field, the football field, and they were like, "Oh, he was on the field because there's a photo of him on the field, like with Gronk," and like it was nuts. So like I ended up getting in trouble with the school. Thank God, got all the charges and stuff dropped. Ended up graduating on time too. But like, yeah, that was like a crazy fucking time for me, like during that, because like that's like how PigeonVizion really started. So I kind of had to like pivot PigeonVizion to like what it is now. But like back then, it was like sneaking into events, sneaking into games. Like I literally could sneak in anywhere. Like it was fucking nuts. So yeah, that's how it like really started.
Yeah, that must have been pretty scary with being at school, being enrolled as all that shit's going down.
Oh, insane, dude. It was fucking like, it was not. It was a crazy experience.
Yeah, and you know, we've had some well, we try not to share what school we go to. I know for you, in that case, it would be pretty hard being a big school. But for us, like, I mean, we've had some slip-ups here and there, but if that shit would get out, that's like a big issue. You know, I mean, this affects people's lives, really. I mean, a lot of YouTubers, their school gets leaked, and then, you know, there's swattings, there's all sorts of stuff. On your Instagram, I know that you're from Texas, or you live in Texas, right? And so you're located in Dallas, and so
yep.
Yeah, I see from your content you're a Stars fan.
I'm not really a star. I'm a Texas implant. I grew up in Massachusetts, but I live in Dallas now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we're in the NHL, well into the NHL, Canucks fans, and so what I wanted to know is what's your kind of prediction for the Stars?
Dude, I think the Stars are gonna do another deep run in the Stanley Cup Finals again. Like at least like hopefully they get past the Western Conference Final because they always slip up around there. But dude, I think I'm predicting they're gonna get at least the Western Conference Finals again. You know, and I know the Canucks are good. That was a team that they always. I think they lost. They split the season. I bet to a few Canucks games when the Canucks were in town, just because I know one of the guys. I don't know him, but I used to skate with one of the guys, Connor Garland, on that team. He's from He's from the town next to me in Massachusetts. So I would skate with him in the summers, just like with 3-on-3 and stuff. And he's fucking nasty. Like he's insane. So I would go to the game just to, like see him play because he's fucking insane. And I think the Canucks are like either the Canucks or the Stars honestly are gonna have a deep run for sure. But honestly, and my Bruins too. But I don't think the Bruins are as good as the Stars, to be honest. I think they lose to the Stars.
Yeah, I would agree with that. What do you think the future's like for Tyler Seguin?
I think he's gonna stay with the Stars. He's a franchise player. I think at this point, like he's gonna stay with the Stars, and until he retires, honestly, because I think this is where he belongs.
Yeah, I would agree.
So regarding one of your videos, you had Lucas Pactor, Squid. I saw
Yeah.
your video with him. You guys went to the gym and stuff. So what was your experience like with him?
So Lucas was my roommate in college actually for a year and a half.
No.
We lived like he lived like literally right next. Like we lived in this. It was three of us in a house. It was me, my other friend, and then him. We in my senior year a house. He was like my roommate. So I actually like was there when like Squid Hoss was starting. Like I helped him like pack all the shorts and stuff at the beginning. Like helped him like with like little stuff at the beginning. Like even with some of the designs on the shorts, like I made some of those too. Like he's just he's a really good dude. He fucking works really hard. And he knows his worth and he knows his brand's worth. And I think his brand Squid Hoss is gonna be like super successful, honestly. It was all like his idea of like getting. I remember when it first started in college and like everyone was buying the shorts and like I saw like how hot it was and like the potential it had, and then he definitely saw how hot it was and the potential it had, and like I just think that he's gonna be like super successful in his endeavors with that and beyond, definitely, because he really knows how to build the community and grab a fan base, and I've learned a lot of stuff from him too. So
Yeah, for sure. I watched a lot of his content, saw some of his podcasts and stuff. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
no, he's a really good dude. Yeah, super down to earth. I mean, he's well on his way to get that shit going for sure.
So my next question for you is like, what's your plan moving forward now? You just finished the Hunger Games. Are you gonna continue on the streaming, go back into podcasting, or
Yeah,
what's
so
next?
I actually really want to break into streaming. I think streaming's like like after watching all those like big streamers like Fuzi, like Action, like all those like Ice and all of them, like I think like streaming IRL shit like that is gonna be like next tier level fucking like crazy. Like so I'm trying to get in, like I don't want to say early because people have been streaming for like 10 years, but I'm trying to like get like a established base on Kick and like get my fan base acclimated and like try to like build a following on there, because I think there's a ton of money in streaming and stuff, as well as I obviously want to diversify too. Like I'm still posting Instagram reels, like TikToks every day, like try to spread out my audience, Snapchat, stuff like that. But I think I really want to build a base on streaming for sure.
Lastly, I saw some of your merch stuff on your page. So what's how's that going? The merch industry,
Merch
I
went
guess.
all right. I mean, when I first launched it, it went crazy. That was like when I was in college, a senior in college. As of now, like I'm kind of like laid back on the merch, just like more focused on my brand and stuff. I just think that like the merch was like a little bit too soon, honestly. And yeah, I'm more so just focusing on like building my brand and stuff rather than trying to get my merch going as much. But the merch did do well, like when it launched, and then it kind of died off a little bit, to be honest. And then now I'm just trying to see what I want to do next with the merch. But yeah, I mean, I did do like some hats and stuff that did well, but I think I need to like switch it up, honestly.
With our like on TikTok, on Instagram, whatever we post, we've had people online say, oh, these guys shouldn't have a podcast. They're too young. They don't have enough knowledge for this stuff, whatever. My question for you is, like, someone of your caliber with your audience, why did you want to come on and give us the time of day?
Dude, I fucking love. I mean, dude, to be honest, like, I don't even think I'm like big at all, and I think I need to like just do everything I can, like, to be honest. So like, whenever somebody asks me to go on a podcast, like, I always go on. Like, I love doing podcasts and stuff like this. So, and even like that, dude, when I posted podcast clips, like, everyone shit on me, and everyone still shits on me, dude. It's fucking. I know how it is. They're like, oh, make podcast equipment less accessible, like all the fucking trolls and shit. Like, fuck that, like, Yeah. So like, it's honestly respect you guys, like, because like, how many podcasts make it past like, what is it, like fucking 10 episodes? How many make it past? Like very few.
I think
honestly.
I think the stat is like 90% end by the 7th episode.
7th episode, it's insane. So how many episodes you guys on now?
This is 217.
Insane. So you guys are on 217 episodes. Has it been the two of you, or is it
Yeah.
other guys?
It's
Just the two of you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow, that's crazy. So 217 episodes, and I'm sure like a lot of episodes like didn't get any views, so you're just doing it just to do it,
Yep.
And that's like, that's just how it is. Like, you gotta fucking just be consistent with it and fucking just keep hammering it because that's all that matters. Consistency over everything. And I respect that of you guys. Like I think I saw that. I was like, you guys had a lot of episodes. Like, oh yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. So
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it.
Well, yeah, thank you. I mean, giving us the content. Who knows? Maybe we'll have a clip, 10 million views. You know, who knows?
You know, you never know.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's it from us. Do you have any last final words?
No.
Okay.
It, guys.
All right. Well, yeah. Again, thank you for coming on.
All right, guys. We just got finished the interviews. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to support the episode. I mean, we worked really hard on this. Lots of interviews down. So let us know which one was your favorite in the comments. Don't forget to like and sub.
Everyone's links are in the description as well.
They spent the time coming on. So, yeah, go show them some love. So we'll see you in the next episode. That is Avenues Podcast, episode 216. Peace.